Yes.
I'm on a cloud, and there are
Mhm.
angels.
Beautiful. Tell me more.
Here's my guide, Aurora.
Mm-hmm.
We're just standing on a cloud together.
Mm-hmm. And I want you now to turn your attention to yourself. What do you look like there?
I look kind of like an angel, but different.
Mm-hmm. Describe yourself to me.
I'm very tall. I'm iridescent light.
Do you have a gender?
I'm a female.
Female. Very good. And notice how many guides are there in angels. How many do you see?
I couldn't count.
There's many.
Hmm.
Very good. So I want you to just ask them telepathically why you're here today. What's going on this cloud?
This is where I exist.
Tell me more.
This is where I am.
Mm-hmm. What do you call this place, this realm?
Humans call it heaven.
Mm-hmm. What do you call it?
It doesn't have a name.
Mm-hmm.
It just is.
It just is. Very good. So let's find out about this place
Mm.
and what your origin is, how it is that you came to be here in this place that just is.
I am from the all that is.
Mm-hmm.
The mother. It's like all of the angels are my children and part of me.
Mm-hmm. And who has created you?
I was not created. I am part of the all that is.
Mm-hmm. So by being part of the all that is, what is your role?
I am the feminine.
Mm-hmm. And as feminine, what do you do?
I am the mother to all the angels.
Mm-hmm. So this meeting that you're having here today with the angels, what's happening here? What are you conveying to them?
Just that I love them. I'm just watching them do their jobs.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So when you're not there with the angels, what do you do?
I'm on the right hand of God.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more about this.
I am a creator.
Mm-hmm.
I am the goddess,
Mm-hmm.
the mother of all that is.
Are you given a name?
I've been many names.
Mm-hmm.
Mary comes to mind,
Yes.
as I have been her.
Mm-hmm.
I have been many. I help create the beauty in all things.
So at this time, there is one called Jill. I'd like for you to tell me how it is that you're affecting her.
I am her.
Mm. So, what is her role?
She has many roles.
Mm-hmm.
She has a big role.
Tell me about this big role.
She's helping. She's helping raise humanity.
Mm-hmm.
She's helped healing the broken. She has so much more to do.
Mm-hmm. Now, she has gone through many things which have almost broken her.
Yes.
Why is it that she's had to experience this?
Some of the things were lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the things were because of negative attachments in others.
Mm-hmm.
She was supposed to be loved, but sometimes on earth things happen that are not planned. They just are.
So, what can she do with these experiences that she's going through now? That just
Heal
are.
them.
Mm-hmm.
As she heals herself, her light will shine upon all of humanity and help heal them just by being.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good.
She is a light. She is love. She is the essence of the existence of love.
So, right now, she is doing a lot of work on herself and with others.
Yes,
What does she need to know about this work that she's doing?
it all matters,
Mm-hmm.
no matter how big or small. It is all important.
Very good. So, I'd like for you to focus right before she came into this incarnation as Jill.
Yes,
What are the karmic relationships that she needed to work on and the lessons?
there were relationships
Mm-hmm. Tell me about these
that
relationships.
she didn't have specific lessons. She's here to help.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't have to come back. This was a choice. She was
This was
done
very good. So, what is the main reason why she came into this lifetime?
to raise the frequency to love,
Mm-hmm.
to help heal others who needed healing so that they can raise their frequency to continue on into the next dimension of the earth.
Mm-hmm. What is the importance of this lifetime that she's living? Is there something happening at this time that's important for her to raise this vibration and frequency?
Yes, this is the first time. This is the first time that a planet has gone through a transformation with souls present.
Mm-hmm.
And if the souls do not match the vibration and the frequency of the planet as it changed, for lack of a better word, they will be left behind on the old
Mm-hmm.
until they are ready.
Can you be more specific as to what is happening to the earth? You say they will be left behind on the old. Is there some sort of evolution happening to the earth? Any changes?
Yes, her frequency is raising. The earth is a consciousness in itself,
Mm-hmm.
And the beings of Earth must raise their frequency in order to remain in her energetic presence.
Mm-hmm. So as she raises her frequency, is she going into a different realm, for example?
She goes through many realms.
Tell me about that.
There are many different planes of existence on the earth. There is not just one.
Mm-hmm.
But as she raises her vibration and evolves, all of these do with her, except for one.
What is that?
What is below her that cannot go with her?
Mm-hmm.
It will be left in its own energetic space for those to remain on until they are ready to ascend.
Mm-hmm. So these that are left behind, will they think that everything is normal?
Yes and no.
Mm-hmm. Can you explain that?
It will be similar. Things will look the same. But it will be an existence of lower frequency.
Mm-hmm.
It is not good or bad, it just is.
Okay.
All of the greed, all of the hatred, all of those lower frequencies will be left behind to work out their karmas.
Mm-hmm. And those that are able to follow her frequency changes,
Mm-hmm.
will they actually experience something different physically?
Yes,
Mm-hmm. Tell me about that. Will their bodies change, or will the surroundings change, or will it seem similar?
the DNA is raising,
Mm-hmm.
it is changing in the human body. This is one of the things that Jill helps with in her energy healings, is to allow the source energy, the energy of all that is, to come into these people and reset their DNA patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Emotionally, they will feel more love, compassion, empathy. They will begin to communicate telepathically
Mm-hmm.
and to feel others' emotions.
Yes.
And unfortunately, that is what is happening right now. And so, those that are at the lower vibration are spreading that energy like a virus.
Mm-hmm.
So, we need the consciousness to rise above the hate, the greed, and the finger pointing, to exist in a frequency of love.
Very good. Now, you say that there are many other realms within the earth.
Yes,
I would think perhaps other types of beings that live here that we cannot see.
yes.
Mm-hmm. So, as we raise our frequency to match that of Earth, will we be able to begin to see these other beings that live with us and share planet Earth?
Some will.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually we will.
Yes.
But those beings can choose who it is safe to show themselves to. Because this is not an immediate change.
Mm-hmm.
This is an evolution.
Yes. And will this evolution be taking place, for example, in this lifetime of Jill? Or will it take longer?
That is a hard question.
Yeah.
Yes, and both.
Mm-hmm.
It has already begun. You see those stuck in the turmoil of the hate, the finger pointing, the anger, the choosing the unhappy, the choosing to focus on how things were in the past instead of acknowledging that things are changing and they're different and to stay above in the frequency of love.
Mm-hmm. And I know that Jill is doing that with her job, but it seems she's also doing that in her personal life.
Yes.
What advice do you have to give her about that?
Just keep going. It'll get better. Those
Very good.
things that you fear will fall away. You had a dream last night, and you could feel the vibrational differences between those that you were with and those who you were once with. And you could feel the difference.
These dreams that you speak about,
Mm-hmm.
I know that she goes places in her dreams.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about this, because there were times in which her body left, and or her soul left, and her body stayed in a state of paralysis. Can you explain to me what happens when we dream and then when we cannot come back to our body?
The paralysis was separate than her dreams.
Mm.
What she does in her dreams is significant.
Mm-hmm.
She travels to different timelines. She travels to different states of being. She
Mm.
travels to many things. She is also fighting a spiritual war.
Mm-hmm.
She is also learning things. She is also helping others in other places. She does many, many things in her dreams.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And you spoke about her going to different timelines, and she seems to be noticing that now in her waking state. What's happening with the timeline?
We're showing her the energetic differences in the 5D and the 3D.
Mm-hmm.
Although she has the choice to go back and forth, she has not fully learned this skill, but we are beginning to show her the difference in the feeling of the different vibrations so that she can help people to raise their vibration to where they need to be.
Mm-hmm. Does your vibration change your timeline?
Yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
People are on the timelines they need to be on to learn the things that they need to learn. Sometimes we move people on timelines, like if they are hurt
Yes.
or going to hurt someone else.
Mm-hmm.
But unless there's a significant reason, people generally stay on their timeline.
Very good. Now, I have experienced timeline jumps, as you said,
Well,
in
you're
order.
special.
Thank you. I've noticed when I was going to be in grave danger that
Yes,
things have shifted.
you have many looking out for you.
Thank you. So, those that are helping Jill in these timeline jumps, how can she use this to help others here as she's in the waking state?
Well, she is doing this now. We had her write that down
Mm-hmm.
so that we could speak of it,
Yes.
so that people would be aware
Very good.
and they would know that as they raise their frequency, they will be on that energetic plane.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Now, I notice that as people are changing, their skills are beginning to change also.
Yes,
And we notice that Jill is now beginning to speak light language.
yes.
Can you tell me about that?
Her soul knows many light language,
Mm-hmm.
as I am the mother to all.
Mm-hmm. What does this light language convey to others when they hear it?
DNA codes, upgrades,
Mm-hmm.
peace, love.
Yes. So when someone is discovering that they can speak this light language, can
Yes,
you tell me what has physically or energetically happened to that person that has activated this skill or technique?
they're just beginning to remember who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we have angels and guides who help facilitate these specific skills, like other gifts and other presents that are given to people. Sometimes they remember on their own.
Yes. So when they're speaking the light language, is that language actually changing their DNA?
No, their DNA has already been changed.
Okay.
They are changing that of others.
Okay. So once a person starts speaking it, they've changed it, but their frequency of the light language is affecting the others around them.
I don't understand this question.
Well, when you speak light language, it has a certain frequency to it,
Yes,
like any voice. So
yes,
as they speak it, is this frequency of their voice affecting the other's DNA?
yes.
Very
It's
good.
helping to raise their vibration.
Very good. Very good. So one of the things that Jill has also been doing is working with an ET group.
Yes.
Can you tell me about this ET group and how they're working together? Where is this ET group from?
Andromeda.
Does Jill's soul have any experience in Andromeda?
Yes, she is there.
Mm-hmm.
She is many places.
Okay. So,
Or I am many places.
yes,
I am in her.
yes. So, tell me about this ET group from Andromeda that is working with her.
They are scientists
Tell me about
and
that.
historians. They are excited with the changes of Earth and they are studying it.
Mm-hmm.
There are many here that are of them and many other galactic races
Yes.
that have incarnated on the Earth during this time for a few reasons. For their home scientists to study them and the physical and energetic and emotional evolutions as the humans change with the earth, to collect data with their own kind that have chosen to come here to play these roles.
Mm-hmm. Like
So
Jill?
that there can. No, Jill is
No.
different.
Okay. Go on. I'm sorry. So they're here to collect data
Yes,
from their
they're
own.
studying the evolution and the history because this is the first time that a planet is shifting with human souls present.
Very good. Now, these scientists, in order to study those that are here on Earth,
Yes,
are they connecting with them physically or just
yes.
observing? Okay. So you tell me how it is that they are contacting these humans on Earth.
These species, for what these different groups of beings, have volunteers who have also come forward to incarnate at this time for this purpose to be studied. And they are aware of their purpose. Whether they remember or not, they committed to this role. And they are taken up into the visiting vessels.
Mm-hmm.
And they are given what Jill would call a checkup.
Mm-hmm.
They are not harmed. Some of them might be afraid because the energy is different and they don't understand what they are feeling. Some remember it in dreams, some don't remember it at all. And then they are put back where they were.
Mm-hmm. Do any of these scientists leave a calling card, a mark, something to tell them that
Yes.
they've been visited? What do they use?
Well, they don't leave necessarily signs for all.
Mm-hmm.
They do have trackers in some of their incarnated souls to monitor them from a distance,
Yes.
to help them if they are in danger because these lives are valuable.
Mm-hmm.
I
So,
think.
yes. So let me just ask:
Mm,
this tracking device that they have,
hmm.
what is it actually picking up? Is it picking up the physical sensations of the body, the vitals? Are they picking up thoughts? What is it that they are tracking in the person?
All of those things. It's a technology that humans cannot understand. It is
Mm-hmm.
not harmful.
Okay. So whatever the person feels or thinks, they are also gathering information?
Yes.
Okay.
Although the ET, as you would call them,
Mm-hmm.
can communicate directly with the incarnated souls telepathically, this records all of the communication and what you said, the vitals.
Okay, very good. Let's say that a person has an illness in this incarnated body
Mm-hmm.
on Earth, an Andromedan. And it's an illness that is debilitating them, that is keeping them from doing what they need to do on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have any way of being able to assist them in helping them with that illness?
there are ways that they can assist them.
Yes.
However, they are monitoring how the shift is affecting these illnesses.
Ah,
So some of these illnesses were agreed
okay.
to
Very
be
good.
studied.
So, in the body of Jill right now, she
Jill,
has allergies and diabetes. Can you
yes, but
tell
she
me?
is not an Andromedan.
Okay. All
She is
right.
from me.
Okay. So, what is the reason in which she is experiencing these things in this life?
Some of them are stored in her family's DNA,
Mm-hmm.
and some are things that she must learn to heal herself to help others heal.
Very good. Very good.
Some
Is
of them just happened
they just happen?
because of the body that she is in and the historical DNA of the Earth family.
Mm-hmm. Can that historical DNA be changed in any way? Altered?
Yes,
How would one do that? Alter their DNA to eliminate these things that have come throughout the different lifetimes of your bloodline?
there's a few ways.
Can you tell me about one of them?
Raising your vibration and healing,
Mm-hmm.
eating the fruits and vegetables of the earth, I do have the abilities to take those away from people, but then they would not learn the lessons they need to learn.
Yes. So if they could heal by eating fresh, organic fruits and vegetables, for example,
Yes,
but we were to take away their own
but
and they started eating junk food,
it's poison.
yes, it wouldn't be honoring the body.
Junk food is poison.
Mm-hmm.
Pesticides are poison. Things that are allowed in food are poison. There are things that these dark attachments are doing to interrupt the evolution of the human species.
Can you tell me about this? Why is this happening?
They want to keep the vibration of a number of humans lower for their own good and their own benefit.
What do they benefit from it?
Power from the fear, from the greed and hatred, the negative, low vibrational energies. They harness those for their own power. This
Now,
is
yes, go ahead.
this is what you were speaking of with the sleep paralysis.
Yes, can you tell me about that? What happens when someone has sleep paralysis?
A few things can happen. But you spoke directly of Jill.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And while she was out of her body doing the things that she needs to do, fighting the wars, traveling, etc., because of her light, the negative entities would be what you would say an energetic vampire to her sleeping body in her human form because she was not present to protect it.
Yes.
And when she would come back to her body, she did not have the energy to fully wake up. And so her soul was still awake, and her body was not fully waking up because some of the energy had been drained. And then, as she experienced the fear from not being able to move her body, and the fear that had been fed to her I want to say this delicately because not all religion is bad, but the fear that religion can breed can be bad in lowering vibration. And in some of the religious experiences that Jill had as a child, the fear creating more energy, that she was being attacked or possessed by a demon.
Mm-hmm.
And so when this energy of fear was released, these lower vibrational entities were also harnessing that energy
Mm-hmm.
until she became until she came back into her power and could break free from the sleep paralysis by commanding the lower entities to leave.
Would you say that this is something that happens with many people, that they're being fed off of during the sleep paralysis?
Yes, there's a spiritual war.
Mm-hmm.
And although in earthly time it was 20 to 30 years ago,
Tell me about this, the spiritual war.
the spiritual war is still evolving. The light has an upper hand, and the dark is having one last hurrah, as you would say,
Mm-hmm.
at trying to overcome. And this is part of what is holding the split in place. So the light is trying to overcome the lower vibrational darkness in order to allow the split. It will happen.
Mm-hmm. When you first started out and we talked about raising the vibration and that those that had greed and all of this would stay behind,
Mm-hmm.
is this what the dark wants? Do they want to recruit more in order to keep the power on this?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
we have attempted to make agreements that
What is?
as the earth evolves and that piece of energy is separated, that they will be able, I'm trying to put this delicately,
Mm-hmm.
to harness the energy from that energetic space.
Mm-hmm.
However, they have done many things that negated this treaty. There is a galactic and celestial war And many lower vibrational species are on trial. And we no longer have a treaty.
So these that are not of the light,
Mm-hmm.
I would think that they originally came from all that is.
Yes.
So what is their role? Because you really can't appreciate light if you don't have dark. What is their role?
This is a very big question. Their role is the balance. They did come from the all that is. They did come from that experience. But they have gotten too big for their britches.
Mm-hmm.
They have decided, instead of staying in their universal plane, to come into the light universal plane and to try to steal and take over all that is the light, all that is the high vibrational frequency. And so it is our job, and those who fight in their sleep, and even some of those who fight while they're awake, to overcome in this light plane the lower vibrational frequencies so that they stay where they are allowed or retreat back into the dark plane.
Mm-hmm. Can you ever convert one of the dark ones into a light one?
That is not a question I can answer where you will understand.
Okay, very good. Very good. So now that we know that Jill is actually doing a lot of work in her waking time and at night, what does she need to know moving forward? How can she use this work to help other people?
Make it more public.
Mm-hmm. As you make it more public and people begin to hear this information, what does it do to them?
It raises their frequency a little,
Mm-hmm.
but it draws them to the healing modalities
Mm-hmm.
as they are ready. It will capture the attention of those that it needs to.
Those that need their vibrations raised.
Those that are ready to go to the next level
Mm-hmm.
of healing, of raising their vibration. Originally, she was working with lower frequency souls, souls that have not had as many lifetimes,
Mm-hmm.
souls that desperately needed help. But there are others who can help those now. She is ready to help higher beings, and she is ready to help those who have begun to grow, to facilitate their growth to ascension.
Wonderful.
It's time. It
Mm-hmm.
is almost time.
Yes, yes. So tell me more about this work that she needs to be doing here. She tells me that there is a life review status. Can you tell me what that is?
Yes, her committee,
Mm-hmm.
her group of angels, guides, masters, etc., who watch over her and guide her through her life,
Mm-hmm.
are watching. They're watching for one human Earth year to evaluate how she has grown and what step in her journey to send her on next. What new gifts to send down to her or further open up.
So when you say that these gifts are sent to her, do they come in a way of just knowledge, or is this another aspect of her that comes in?
This is a very broad question. It
Mm-hmm.
can be many things. It can be increasing a skill set. It can be a new avenue for her to help others.
Yes.
It can be extensions of the energetic body to help her, such as spaces to store unwanted energy until it is released,
Mm-hmm.
armor. It can be it is an evaluation of the entirety of where her life must go.
Okay. Now, when you say where her life must go, is this something that she, as a soul, decided upon before she came? Or is this part of the evolution of her soul in its entirety? Who decides what's her next
This
step?
this is the evolution
Mm-hmm.
of where she must how she must evolve to help others as everything is evolving around her. Ultimately, I have the say at the end of the day. However, her committee watches her and meets and discusses her life, how it has been, how to further help her, how to help her grow, what areas to help her grow. She has asked for intervention and help in her life, and so now it is time that they are focusing on her
Mm-hmm.
in order to help her help the most people.
Very good. Can you tell me how free will is involved here?
Well, she has complete free will.
Mm-hmm. So when you speak about the evolution of where she must evolve to,
Hmm.
can she slam on the brakes and say, no, I don't want to?
She can, but she won't.
Okay. And you also ask about how she is asked for intervention.
Yes.
How can a normal human that doesn't have this knowledge be able to ask for intervention from those that guide her?
In some, it starts with prayer.
Mm-hmm.
When they pray and they ask for help,
Yes.
or if you are spiritual and not religious, asking your angels and guides, your higher soul self for direct help,
Yes.
influence. Your guides and angels are only allowed to help so much with things without your direct invitation.
Mm. So you must request assistance They cannot intervene.
If you are driving down the road and swerving and your car starts to go off of the road, your angels can help you stay on the road.
Okay.
They can help in ways like that.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot help or intervene in areas that do not involve your immediate safety.
Okay. All right, good.
Without help, without you asking.
Very good. So they know your soul's plan is
Yes.
to make it from point A to point B. So if you're getting in trouble in between those two, they will adjust that and help.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Very good. So I know that she has a very large team of angels and helpers that help
Yes.
her with this. Do they come and go depending on what's going on in her life?
Yes and no.
Okay, can you explain that?
There is a hierarchy of angels
Mm-hmm.
and guides and masters. We all have angels that surround us, but if we are not utilizing them, they can go somewhere else and help someone else in the meantime.
Yes.
You have sometimes a fragment of your own soul who stays with you through your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it is not part of your soul, but oftentimes it is part of your own soul. Who is that guardian angel
Mm-hmm.
that humans speak of, or your main guide for those who are not religious?
Yes.
And then you often have an overseeing committee who meets to talk about how to help you. Not everyone, but many do.
Mm-hmm.
You have either angels or guides or a combination of those. They can come and go depending on how they can help you, what training they have had.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you need an upgrade. Sometimes you are ready to take on things that those angels are not familiar in assisting with or need more training to assist with. And so they will go on to receive an energetic cleansing
Mm-hmm.
and to go back to learn more. And higher angels will come in. You also have guides in this category who are oftentimes more knowledgeable than the angels in this category. You have ascended masters and superior angels who watch over you
Mm-hmm.
in another category. These would be people like Jesus, Metatron, and many, many others.
Very good. When you said that this overseeing committee meets with
Mm-hmm.
you, when do they meet with you? Is this during the sleep state or meditation?
You're not aware of their meeting.
Mm.
They meet with the highest self
Okay.
and they meet together.
Very good. Very good. And now with that, are we complete?
Yes, for today.
Very good. 5 wide awake, completely alert, feeling wonderful all over. Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Wow. How do you feel?
Mind blown.
Was it more than you expected?
um, it was
Just a
a little
tad?
bit, a little bit. I mean, I don't even know how to put it into words. I feel like, I mean, it was amazing. I just didn't
Mhm.
expect my higher self to be who my higher self was. I just
Yeah, well,
expected it to be some
some random soul. You did really well. You did great.
Mhm.
So I know that some of this stuff was very personal and some of it was not. Do you
Yes.
want to share that stuff that was pretty much for everyone to know?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, my love.
Thank you so much.
Lots of luck to you, and I know you're going to do great from now on.
Thank
Okay,
you so much.
you're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye.